All systems go. Clear for liftoff.
What is going on? SHIPIT Nation YouTube station back Thursday, March 14th. 12 games to break down tonight. If you guys are new, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Helps us out a ton. And if you are not a member yet, the Players has just teed off this morning here. There's still time to get in. There's still plenty of showdown. Round 2, round 3, round 4. We got you covered for that. Projections, ownership, updated projections for the showdown specifically that include things like tee times. It includes how players are going, playing, projections that change, update constantly. We got you covered with all the showdown content for the Players. But the best thing is use that promo code Masters15. Masters is coming up in about a month. You get in now, you get the rest of the Players tournament, you get all of our other sports, and you get the Masters content if you sign up for a month. Takes it down to about $2 a day if you get in now. Use that monthly promo code Masters15 of a monthly all access pass. Saves you 15% off for life if you do get in now. You'll catch some of the MLB season as well. Obviously, all the other sports, NHL included in that, my premium content behind that. So use that promo code Masters15 if you are not a member yet. If not, just hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. It helps us out a ton here. Let's jump right in talking about favorite stacks tonight. We're going to talk about first favorite stack, top stack on the board, probably the chalk of the slate, highest owned slate or stack, excuse me. Heaviest favorite on the slate, minus 300 here at home. It's the Pittsburgh Penguins against the San Jose Sharks. Brian Rust, fantastic play at 6,800. He's back now after returning back from IR. Should play upwards of 20 minutes. He's averaging over 4 shots per game, 6 shots, 7 shots since he's returned. He's a fantastic play. His 2 line mates, Michael Bunting, Sidney Crosby, really love that stack. Erik Karlsson, great D-man play there. This third line with Lars Eller, Puustinen, and Riley Smith is a great value line. If you need to save some salary there, overall, really like Pittsburgh. I think they're in a great spot. All 3 top lines, lines 2, lines 3 are all fantastic plays. Pittsburgh line 1 would be my preference here. Let's jump into another team that's going to get a lot of ownership here. It's Minnesota Wild, minus 275 favorites here at home. Get a great matchup against these Ducks. Ducks on the road have been the second worst team in the entire NHL over the last 10 road games in actual goals against, expected goals against, and high danger chances against here. Really love this spot for Minnesota line 1, Hartman, Boldy, and Kaprizov. Eriksson Ek is going to be out tonight here. So that means Ryan Hartman's going to slot up into that top line. Makes him a great value play. 2 great line mates there with Kaprizov and Matthew Boldy. Really like it. Minnesota line 1. Line 2 is great as well with Zuccarello, Johansson, and Marco Rossi here. Zuccarello pairs on that top power play as well. Then you got some nice value guys down on that third line with guys like Freddie Gaudreau and Marcus Foligno. Overall, really like Minnesota here. Second favorite stack of the board. Great plays. You got some great D-men there as well. Guys like Brock Faber that you can play that pair together on that power play. Jump into another stack I'm looking at here. It's actually going to be the Detroit Red Wings at home. Get a plus matchup here against Arizona coming to the town, heading into Detroit to face these Red Wings at home. Looking at the expected goals number and actual goal number, worse than the other teams that I talked about. It's going to be this Arizona team on the road over the last 10 games, ranked 31st in the league, allowing over 4 goals per game over that stretch and allowing over 3.5, 3.6 expected goals against over that stretch as well. Their high danger chances are up. Their penalty kill is down. Overall, great spot here for Patty Kane and these Detroit Red Wings. Really like Patrick Kane, Rasmussen, Villano, that second line. Great plays there. This top line with JT Compher, Lucas Raymond, and Perron. These guys are very cheap. Perron is 3.6K. Compher's 4K flat. Lucas Raymond remains cheap as well. And then you got DeBrincat down on that third line with Fabry and Kopp. DeBrincat still getting top power play time. I think he's fine at 6K, should be very low owned. And then you got some good D-men here, guys like Jake Wallman that you can play, Ben Chariot, Shane Gostisbehere, right? Still getting that top power play run at 4,500. So Detroit, great spot here. Like the spot, like the matchup for them. Another stack you can look at here is the Boston Bruins on the road here to face Montreal, minus 220 favorites here. Implied to score over 4 goals. And where I'm looking with Boston is I really like this power play matchup in particular that stood out to me. They're the 10th best road power play in the entire NHL over the last 10 games, facing the 28th ranked penalty kill. Montreal at home over the last 10 is just killing off 74% of penalties, and they're giving up the league most penalty power play opportunities per game against as well. So guys like Pastrnak, Marchand, McAvoy, Charlie Coyle, Jake DeBrusk is where I would look for Boston. All great plays. Jake DeBrusk at 4,500, way too cheap for how he's been playing. He's got 2 line mates with Marchand and Coyle. You get a full power play stack, a full line stack. Really, really like Boston line 2 here tonight. Great stack here, in my opinion. Love Boston line 2. Another team you can look at, 2 more teams to target here. First one is going to be these New York Islanders here. Matchup is pretty good for them with Buffalo on the road here, or Islanders on the road, facing in Buffalo here. Buffalo has some negative goal regression coming their way, and the New York Islanders on the road, actually, looking at the numbers, have some positive goal regression coming here. The 3rd best team in the entire NHL over the last 10 road games in terms of expected goals for. That means their expected goals number is higher than their actual goals number. Should be a good spot here. And Sabres is the opposite. Their actual goals number is significantly less than what their expected goals against is. Their expected goals against is up over 3. I expect the Islanders to score some goals here, really would target the second line here. And line 1 and line 2 for me. But the second line, Anders Lee, Pajot, and Palmieri. Kyle Palmieri at 5,200, I like him. Anders Lee at 4,100, he's a good value play. And then Gabriel Pajot, 3.4K, great value there. And then obviously the better line would be line 1, Nelson, Barzal, and Horvat. That's where all their star-studded power is. They're priced reasonably for the matchup. I think Islanders are a pretty good team here on the road to target tonight. And then the last team to bring up here is the Dallas Stars. Good matchup for the Stars here at home. Devils on the road are not the same team they are when they're in Jersey. The Stars minus 180 favorites, 6.5 total in this one. They're expected to score over 4 goals. I'm jumping on line 1 here. Rupia Hintz, Robertson, Pavelski. This line crushed New Jersey last time they played back in January. Dallas popped off 1-6-2 in Jersey. Now they come home. Really like Dallas line 1 here. Rupia Hintz, Robertson, Pavelski is where I'm looking. 6K, 6,300, 6,300. It's very cheap for all those. Robertson hasn't scored under 13 DraftKings points in the last 5 games. He's 6.3K. Last year, we were paying over 8K for this guy. He's a great play, great value. Really, really like line 1 for Dallas. You got Mira Heiskanen at 5,800 you can throw on there. And then always you can throw in a value guy like Jamie Benn down on the 3rd line, but correlates together on that top power play. So Dallas is going to round out my favorite stacks on the slate. Jump into some value centers on this slate. First guy I'm going to bring up, Nicholas Roy. Vegas is in a pretty good spot at the late night hammer game here, heading into Calgary. Just didn't make the cut in my top 6 favorite stacks, but they'd be up there. Nicholas Roy at 3.9K, I think, is a solid value play here. He's averaging over 3 shots per game over the last 5, playing over 15 minutes, so I think he's a good option here. Already talked about this guy, Freddie Gaudreau, 2.8K here for Minnesota. Anaheim ranks 30th in the league against centers. This guy's going to play over 15 minutes. He's averaging over 2 shots on goal per game and getting power play time. Frederick Gaudreau, really like the spot for him. 2 more guys. First guy, Matty B for Seattle. I'm not going to try and pronounce his last name. I'm terrible with pronunciations. Got to know your strength. Got to know your weaknesses. That's definitely one of mine. So Matty B, 3.8K here, center for Seattle Kraken. Washington ranks 23rd in the league. He's 3.8K getting top line, top power play work at home here. Great matchup. I like him quite a bit. And then the last guy, I already mentioned him, JT Compher here for Detroit. Really like the spot matchup for Detroit at home. Arizona ranks dead last in the league against centers, and he's 4K, getting power play time as well, going to play over 20 minutes. Really like the spot for JT Compher. Jumping into some value wings, going to start with 2 guys from the same team here, or not from the same team, but first guy I'm going to start with is going right back to that Kraken squad. You compare him with Matty B. Jordan Eberle here, 4K flat, going to play 18 to 20 minutes. He's averaging over 3.5 shots per game over the last 5. That's a very nice cheap stack there. You get them both for combined about 8K, and you get 2 power play guys and 2 top liners that are all going to play close to 20 minutes. So Jordan Eberle, great value play. The next two guys are both going to be on the same team here. It's going to start with Ivan Barbashev here, 3.6K, another guy for Vegas. Again, you got some nice value coming from Vegas in a good spot here. Calgary ranks 28th in the league against opposing left wings. Barbashev here going to play 18 to 20 minutes. He's averaging right around 2 shots per game. Going to get you some power play time as well in that top power play. So I think he's good at 3.6K. And then his teammate that is back in the lineup now after returning back from the IR, Pavel Dorofeyev here. Probably butchered that last name, but Pavel D here, 3.8K, third liner, skating next to Carlson and Amdio here. Since he's returned, he's played 12 and 13 minutes, but he scored a goal in both of those 2 games. I think he's a solid option at 3.8K. I think I prefer Barbashev here more, but Pavel D here is also a great play at that same team. Good matchups overall. And then the last guy I will bring up from a value wing perspective is going to be Michael Rasmussen here. Like the spot for him. Again, like Detroit quite a bit. He's 3.1K. Skating on that second line, it's more of a matchup. Arizona ranks 32nd in the league, dead last against left wings. He's going to play 15 to 17 minutes. He's shooting the puck a little bit as well. And at 3.1K, the price, the matchup, everything makes sense. So I think he's a good option as well. Jumping over to the value D-man position here, we're going to start with Seattle, going right back to the well with Seattle. Got a lot of value guys. Pretty good matchup here at home against Washington. Adam Larson, this guy's going to play all the minutes he can handle. Last game he played 26 minutes, Mainly a shot blocker, but he will take some shots. So I think him at 3.6K is a good play. Going back to Montreal here, I will continue to ride this guy. He's going to play 17 to 20 minutes. It's Arbor X for Montreal, 2.9K. He's a huge shot blocker. He also takes a ton of shots, and he's a very offensive mind. Gets power play time. Not the greatest matchup against Boston, but should be leaned on, and he's been playing great hockey right now. So 2.9K, $400 over mid price. I'll keep riding the train until he cools off. Doesn't hurt you when you're spending down that low. If he gets you 5 or 6 points, that can be definitely enough to win your tournament. So like him, another guy, Bowen Byram here for Buffalo. Matchup against the Islanders isn't the best, but it's above average, and he's 3.9K, getting top power play time, playing close to 23, 25 minutes. 3.9K, he's averaging over 12 fantasy points per game over the last 5. Coming off a massive game where he scored 2 goals, don't really like chasing it, but I think riding the hot hand is definitely viable there at 3.9K. And then the last guy is a matchup play, Marcus Pettersson. San Jose ranks dead last in the league against D-men. Marcus Pettersson, I've talked about this guy a lot. His price never goes over 4K. He's always a threat to score 10-plus DraftKings points at 4K. Not the greatest price point for him, but he's going to get you the minutes. He's going to play 23 to 26 minutes in a matchup where San Jose can't defend any of the D-men. So I think he's a solid value D-man as well on the slate. Jumping over into the goalie position here, we're going to start with the top projected goalie on the slate here. It's Igor Shesterkin here, not the top projected goalie, but I just think at his price, the matchup is scary on the road in Tampa, but he's a great goalie for the price. Even in a loss, he can get there. He's coming off back-to-back shutouts. It's tough to say he's going to go into Tampa and shut Tampa down, but he's going to see volume, and that's what you want when you're playing a goalie that is cheap. 7.6K, I think he's a great goalie play on the slate. 2 other guys you can look at here that I have my eye on. First, Adin Hill on the road in Calgary. 8K flat for him is a good spot. I like Vegas to win that game, so Adin Hill. And the last guy is going to be Philip Grubauer here. Philip Grubauer is not starting here, so let me get you Joey Decord, 8.1K here at home against Washington, like Seattle in that game. So I had Grubauer wrote up when I did my notes this morning, but Joey Decord, still a solid goalie here. Doesn't matter. It's still, I like Seattle to win. I like the spot for him. So Joey Decord, 8.1K, going to round out this NHL quick hit for you. If you guys have not yet, head over to SHIPITNation.com. Again, use that promo code MASTERS15. Gets you 15% off for any package you do choose. I highly suggest you do choose the monthly all access. That gets you access to all of our sports. If you get it now, you just want to try us out for a month, you can catch all of our sports, and you get the rest of the Players Tournament, which is going on right now, and you get the whole tournament for the Masters, all 4 rounds of Showdown, and obviously the main Masters. Obviously, huge prize pools there for the Masters. Players had great prize pools this week. We got you covered there. But use that promo code Masters15. That's going to do it for this edition of the NHL Quick Hit. Again, I'm Nadesify. Good luck tonight in your contest. Hope to see those Ship It Nation logos at the top. Let's ship it.